This is the METOO Z56 mechanical gaming keyboard that in Australia right now on the Banggood website will only cost you less than $50 Australian or around about US $33, and I think you guys should definitely check it out. G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean and you guys loved the last keyboard review video that I'd done on the Blitzwolf BW KB1 keyboard from Banggood, that I felt compelled to make a video about this guy just because it's even cheaper and it's still a short, small little mechanical keyboard. I think you really just can't ignore it. If you want to see more content like this, then please let me know in the comment section or hit the like button. Get subscribed so that way you don't miss out on that content when it gets released, and let's begin. Okay guys, so as previously mentioned, this is a super cheap mechanical budget gaming keyboard with built-in RGB, and you can get it in a black, blue, brown or red switch. The language layout is either English or Russian. You just have one or the other. That's pretty much it, or I should say that's what's advertised on the Banggood website. The actual keyboard is called the METOO Z56, and I have actually seen it called a bunch of other names over the web, but this is what it's selling as on the Banggood website. Now, this keyboard did take around about a week to 2 weeks to arrive, 7 to 10 days roughly here in Australia. Your shipping time, depending on your country, might vary, but I'll leave a link to, I guess, where to buy this keyboard down below, which is an affiliate link. So if you want to get it, buy it through that link, and that helps me, I guess, get more tech from Banggood. Some of the features of this keyboard is that it's an 89 key keyboard. There's anti-ghosting, so there's no conflict if you hit other keys by mistake. It's got a little number pad up in the corner, and it is quite small. It's not exactly a 10 keyless keyboard. It's not that small, but it's still, I guess, a good space saving compared to those full size keyboards that you get from companies like Corsair or Asus, Logitech, for example. The actual, I guess, keyboard itself is only, it says here, 330 meters wide, 126 millimeters deep, and 36 millimeters in thickness, and it weighs about 0.8 of a kilogram. So it's not super heavy, but it is definitely a solid keyboard. Now, for the box and the packaging, literally all that you get is this guy here. So this is the box for the METOO keyboard, so it just shows you literally what you're going to be buying. If we turn it around on the back here, you've got just a product illustration showing you some of the features, and then when we open the actual keyboard itself, there is literally just, let me just get the box open here, nothing else inside. It did have a bit of packaging and a bit of a wrapper to protect it, but there's nothing else. It's very, very cheap. The user manual itself comes in and it looks just like that. I'll try and get that in focus. So very, very basic. And the actual instructions on the keyboard and how to sort of switch keys and sort of switch colors and different modes, it's all in Chinese. So that's not very helpful for me, but depending on who you are, that might be perfectly fine. The keys themselves do have some like illustrations to sort of tell you what each key does, and how to change the different RGB effects, and so you might spend a little bit of time to sort of figure that out, but other than that, it is a very, very basic keyboard. No keycap puller, nothing like that. It is literally just the keyboard and the manual. If you want to remove the keys from the keycap, you can do that just simply by pulling them off. It's not too hard, but they are not a hot swappable key, so you can't interchange it with a blue or a green or black or brown switch that you might have. The one that you order is the one that you're stuck with, but you can change the keycap. Now, for the actual, I guess, fit and finish of the keyboard, there is like this chamfered edge around the side, which is quite nice. I guess anytime someone puts a bit of attention into the detail, I guess, is always welcome considering the price point. There is this screw sticking out in between the escape and the F1 key, which is a little bit annoying that it's there and it doesn't look the prettiest, but I mean, it does the job. It helps keep the keyboard together, but the keys themselves actually feel quite nice. There is, I guess, light shining through the keys, so you don't have to worry about stickers coming off. The keys themselves look okay. They have a kind of a weird little robotic, I don't know, kind of font that they're using, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it does help you figure out which key is which, I guess, which is the main point of a keyboard. And the number pad up in the top right corner is definitely a welcome addition. I didn't really feel like when I was typing on this I was accidentally hitting the wrong key, so there's a good amount of distance between each one, and overall it just feels quite good. Now, in terms of the actual typing experience and using this keyboard for probably about a week to 2 weeks now, I wasn't really expecting at first to like this keyboard and expect that the keys would be something that I would be happy to use on a daily basis, but after probably a day or two, it really didn't feel like I was compromising or that I was using a keyboard that was only this cheap. The spacebar definitely feels a bit cheap. There's not really much of a stabilization on those keys, and they're not lubed on the spacebar itself, but the rest of the keys when you're actually typing on them are quite responsive. There's a nice smooth feeling to them. They don't make a loud or too loud of a sound, and as you'll hear in the sound test in a second, overall they sound pretty good. Okay, so what did you think of this keyboard? Did it sound good? Did it sound bad? Would you buy it? Would you not buy it? Personally, I think this keyboard's really good. For the price, that is. If it was a lot more expensive, then I might be a little bit more picky and a little bit more fussy. But for the price point here of less than $50 in Australia, or around about $30 in the US, and I mean those prices might change in the future, obviously, as it maybe gets more popular or not popular, they might drop, who knows. But right now, as of making this video, I would 100% recommend it. And considering that you're getting a mechanical keyboard with RGB, some cool effects, and it is, I guess, in my opinion, better than using a membrane keyboard for gaming, I would definitely be checking this out. If you want another good keyboard to get, if you want to spend a little bit more, that Blitzwolf one that I did a video on a few weeks ago, check that out. That's been really popular. Lots of positive comments about that one. But other than that, guys, let me know if you liked this video. If you liked it, chuck it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. Get subscribed if you want to see more keyboard videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.